Okay, yeah, I want to take this moment to talk about something, which is the banners and the shops for this collaboration. Now, I'm pretty unhappy about it, to be honest. In JP, you could use 2k medals in order to pity the units. So if you were pulling on Kane's banner, you had a chance of getting Cecil, which you still do, but you could also get Kane and then go transfer those medals over to buy another unit. And when you have old units getting EXs, like obviously these are collab units, they're good, but at the same time, like generally EX jobbed units that are older don't match up with the newest units. That's a general assumption that we can make, and that's they need more help. So with these units that don't have the mastery ability 2s or anything like that, the fact that they are so hard to get, and someone put it really well on a post by Cabbage, I can't remember what user it was, but they said that these units are the same difficulty to pull as, you know, our 100 cross fest units. Now, that's not talking about rates, just talking about, you know, potential Visior expenditure, and that's just not right. So we got this nice little shop here with we can get some tokens, but then this one is the farmable medals. Okay, we've got Golbez's shop, and Golbez, I'm fine with his banner because of just the way that this works. Like on Golbez's banner, you can pull him and all the Final Fantasy IV characters, and if you go all the way to pity for him, you still get him, and then you can buy a bunch of shards, and that's kind of nice instead of spending the medals on Golbez and not getting any shards. So I'm okay with that with a new unit. However, with these other units, the Cecil, Kane, and Rosa banners, now those banners do have Cecil, Kane, and Rosa on all of them. Only the banner that you're pulling on is rated up. The other units are there, so you can still pull for Cecil and get Kane or Rosa. But with those medals, even though they all go into this shop, you can't buy anybody outright. So if you pity Kane, you're going to have to be prepared to pity Rosa and be prepared to pity Cecil or whatever second or third unit you want. Now, you probably don't want to get a second or third unit at this point, and that's what's so frustrating, because none of them are so overpowered or like they should be that hard to obtain. And so really what it comes down to is how much do you want people to pull and how much money do you want to make off this banner, off of people's nostalgia. So that was really frustrating for me to find out this morning. The second thing this is the thing that ticked me off more than anything, was the fact that Cecil is not being handed out. And someone can confirm if that's true. If you did not get Cecil the first time, you have not gotten him this time. That is really bad. Cecil is a fine unit. He's got applications. He's a very interesting unit. He can do some chaining. He can build, you know, any account would be happy to have him, but he isn't by no means worth spending Visior to summon. And I love him, and I've used him so much, but I just cannot support that, and I don't think that people should pull on him, which sucks, because if I was a brand new player, let's say I never played War of the Visions, and I found out about War of the Visions, and I saw that my favorite Final Fantasy and my favorite character was on banner, I would go pull for Cecil. And I feel like that new player, that this hypothetical Mysidia, would be getting ripped off or misled. So, well, maybe not misled, but I just don't think that it's fair. So that was really disappointing to me for Cecil to not be given out to players, and it's a bummer. So it's changed my pulling plans a little bit, just because I know that I can't pull, you know, on Kane's banner and then save up some medals and like buy Rosa or something. I'm just gonna pull Golbez's banner, and if I get anybody else, then, you know, I'll try to work on them. If I don't get anybody else, I don't think I'm gonna pull for anybody else, but maybe I can reevaluate that. So yeah, that's my rant. Thanks everybody for bearing with me there. Yeah, so there's another implication that's really scary. Is your Tidus Tidus gonna be free next time Final Fantasy X comes around? Is Tifa gonna be free? Is 9S gonna be free? Is Locke gonna be free 5 years from now when we get a second Final Fantasy VI? Like, what's gonna happen with all those units? Now, I think it's a little bit different because those were free units in JP and Global, whereas Cecil was only a free unit in Global, which was the right move. As I've already stated, he's not a unit that got pushed terribly in terms of his capabilities. But So I can see that the other collab units would still be free just because they were always free in all versions of the game. But it is a scary thought. Because all the free units have been really good so far. Yeah, exactly, right? So Faffy says so many people are looking forward to getting 9S, and that's exactly it, because people come in and play during collabs, right? Like, that's when people start their War of the Visions journey. And to give them these great free units is such a huge boost. Like, the best unit on my JP account is Locke, and he was free. I pulled Terra, I pulled Celis, and I pulled Queen on the I didn't pull her, she was free too, sorry. I've built all these units, but Locke is the best one by far, right? So it's really nice when you can get these units and start off your account in a good spot, because it's hard starting out. I found in JP War of the Visions, it's really, really hard to start out. And that game's a lot harder than this one in terms of like drop rates and like energy and just like there's so many less quality of life and stuff. So but global is still very difficult for a new player to start out and catch up and be relevant. So you need to give those things. So yeah, maybe they want new players to spend more, then they got to put more new player bundles in, new player step ups, or I don't know. I think they have a lot of that stuff too, though. The new player experience isn't bad, and I don't want that to be the thought here is that it's bad. It's not. I just think that these free units are a huge draw, and they're you know, a really appreciated part of the game, so please keep that in the game. Cecil agrees, probably. I don't know what he said. So